Hi, and welcome to another Type with me. In today's episode, I want to talk about Typescript, enum types, useful tips and tricks. Well, enums could be looked upon like this: color, red, green, and of course blue. And then you have HTTP method, get, post, put, and delete, right? So a cool new feature could be something like this, right? I could create something, a const base value, and I could put it equals to base value, right? And then you see here that red is 200, green is 201, blue is 202. If we now go to version 4.9.4, just needs to initialize JavaScript and TypeScript language features. You still see that this applies as well towards a previous version. In that regard, it doesn't apply to a previous version. I was I was surprised by that, but okay. He says that enum member must have initializer, right? So with the latest version of TypeScript, so TypeScript 5.0.1, you know we get here 200, 201, and 202, right? Alright, so next thing that I want to show you is something like this. You have a const prefix equals, and then do something like this, /API. And then we can do something like this. We have prefix /users, and we have a post, and that's /API/posts, right? So that's also possible. We can use string literals within enums. And it's always good to have an enum defined as a const, right? Something that we didn't do here with color. So from TypeScript 5.0, every enum can be a union enum, right? Like we see right here, we have enum E, and then you have A, which is a number, this is a string, and this is again an opaque computed enum member, right? So which has also a number there, so we have a number, a string, and a number, and of course 5 doesn't have any problem with that. If we go to a previous version right there, you will see that he will say, nah, I don't like that. So if you are still on a 4. version of TypeScript, you will see that you will get errors there. Of course, now he's just computing everything, and here we go. We got the errors, right? Right here he says const enum member initializers can only contain literal values and other computed enum values. And right here he says computed values are not permitted in enum with string valued members. This has been solved because on TypeScript 5 this is all possible, right? They made it possible. But that's also something that you need to know, that with future versions this is allowed. And a great and cool thing, in my opinion, to use that and to make that to your advantages. Of course, you need to know that, and that's why I create these videos right for you guys. So another cool feature of enums is that we can have types. A type could be color keys, and we can do that with key of type of color, and then we get all the keys that are in this enum, right? And if we want to have the HTTP values, we can do that with the following trick. Then we have 200, 201, 202. Try this out with E, which are the E keys, right? From this enum. And then I tried this out with doing the same kind of thing with e values, and then he says string, which is for me a very strange thing there. I don't know if it's an error, but it's strange. I guess it's because of the fact that we are calculating here things, right? We have here 10, 10 would be 100. Then we have byte var, and then we have mat.random, and this mat.random is something that could make something strange out of that, right? If I do now something like random, I'm just gonna try this out because for me it's cool. And then you see here that we have byte var, random, and 100, right? So the reason why we got here a string is because, yeah, of course, mat.random is not known and is every time another value. So if the compiler could not know what the real type would be, well, he creates a string out of that, right? So another cool feature is that you could very easily eliminate code, right? If you just have something like HTTP methods and you want to give them to a array with HTTP methods in it, you can very easily have that .get and .post, and it just makes your code a little bit more compact, right? Another great thing to know is that you could do something like this, method, and then you could do something like this, key, right? And then we could have const, and then I'm gonna put something like this, key, all right, or I just put, for example, and then we could do console log, right? When I want to execute this, I get put, right? So for me, that's also a very powerful thing with enums, right? You can very easily get HTTP method key, and you can just grab that key, right? Even if you don't know that there. So it's something that I also use in my code within my Angular app. But again, see what you can get out of that, how you can use that, and how that will be sufficient for you. For me, it's just great to look into that method.random, some nasty trick, and of course with this e values equals string, and then the fact that you could very easily override that with just having something like this, and then see that it's not a string anymore but just a union of byte var, mat.random and 100 is something mind-stroking, but of course very logically when you just put it like this, you see that it's something that needs to be calculated over time, and so he could not say what that is, and he makes a type e values equals to string, right? Because he doesn't know upfront what the unions would be. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked this video. You learned something from it, and you use that in your future code. Thank you very much. See you next time.